Ms. Estrada, members of the board, it's my pleasure to recognize Mrs. Estrada for her service to the children of South San. Ms. Estrada has worked diligently the last couple of years in serving our schools and serving our students. At this time, I'm going to ask Michael Valderrama, and he will present a plaque of gratitude to Mrs. Estrada at this time. If there's any board members that would like to offer remarks, this will be the time.
Board members, anyone would like to say a few words? I think I will. I would like to thank Mrs. Dorado for her service as well. It's not an easy task to sit up here and to be a board member, but thank you for your dedication and for acting on what's on the best interest of our kids. Thank you, Mrs. Dorado. I'd like to allow Mrs. Estrada to have a few words.
I'm going to take a couple of minutes here, and first of all, I'd like to thank the children, teachers, and staff for giving me purpose to my 2 years as a public servant for South San ISD. It is you who gave me courage to hold my ground, to push for the betterment of our district, and never give up. When I chose to run for this seat, it was not because I was handpicked. I was not chosen by a councilman, and I was never a part of any slate. I was and am a parent with children in a district who saw a need for change. I wholeheartedly love this district, its children, teachers, and staff enough that I was willing to take on what outsiders call dysfunctional. I was told you had to be a special kind of crazy to take this on, and at times, after being elected, I had to agree. You really have to love what you do to do this job. I did, and I do. Today, as I hand my seat to newly elected, I leave you with this. I take pride in knowing that I stood on my own 2 feet, that each and every decision I made was with putting the kids first. It was by choice that I chose not to run. This seat has never been about me. I did not hand it over because I'm quitting or giving up. It was because I could no longer be bound by a title. I can no longer sit in a seat that has no voice. I can no longer sit and watch our children be put on the back burner for special interests and watch the community be fed a facade. My leaving this seat does not mean I'm walking away. It means I am freeing my voice to continue to be the advocate and voice where I had promised to be. To the children of South San ISD, I promised you I would always stand in the trenches, and that I will continue to do. To the teachers and staff, your hard work and dedication does not go unnoticed. We are forever indebted to you. Thank you for sticking by our children no matter how deep the water is getting, and no, I will never fear speaking the truth for you. Chief Academic Officer, the definition of insanity is to do something over and over again, expecting different results. I have come to a realization that some people just do not come built with compassion, and not everyone will have the same heart as me. But it is my hope that you dig deep and find it. I hope you will stop the intimidation factor, the favoritism, and the bullying. A great leader is able to walk behind others, humble themselves, learning from the same people they lead, being silent and having an open ear without judgment. If you have noticed by now, placing fear in those who keep our ship afloat is not good for us, and it is sinking our district. There must be a sense of appreciation shown to receive great results, and that is something lacked. You constantly refer to teamwork and core beliefs, but it is more of a dictatorship. And soon we will have no team. Our kids' future sits in your hands. Please treat our teachers and staff with the dignity and respect they deserve, and allow them to do their jobs without fear. And most importantly, be truthful and transparent to the community as to how this district is really doing. To the HR director, it is my hope for you that you do not leave us.
I know we're not supposed to mention names, but this is, when a board member starts to disparage our staff, that's not appropriate.
Okay, I won't say names or.
I would hope that we could stay away from titles.
Okay, that's fine. It is my hope for you that you do not leave the same situation as Edgewood ISD. This district needs complete documentation when governing board is faced with tough choices, and no documentation on the district part. It makes it impossible to render a proper decision. I hope you too will grow more compassion for our employees and help make it a friendlier environment.
Dr. Castleberry, when the state stepped in, it was music to my ears. I thought that all of this craziness would come to a halt, only to find a very deep scratch in the record that I was listening to. Everyone knows what happens when a record has a scratch. It skips and replays over and over the same verse. It is my hope that since the state has decided to keep you in our district and we are footing the bill, that you do just by our children, teachers, and staff of South San ISD. Many of your focus points do not touch on what a major part of the plague is in our district. You have minimized your space of improvement needed to the board alone. That is furthest from the truth. You have taken aim at certain board members, including myself, and left out the loudest and most disruptive. Most importantly, you have left out major factors in this equation, such as the district lost 130 employees plus in less than a year, and we are still losing. Majority being teachers, educators that prepare our children for the futures, top-notch teachers. It was blamed on the board, but we in fact found that not to be the common factor. The board has brought complaint after complaint to you, only for it to fall on deaf ears. It is owed to our teachers and staff that remain that you not only take what the superintendent whispers in your ear, but for the children's sake, take a deeper look. You cannot fix something that is broken if you do not have all the broken parts. If we cannot trust the state with our children's futures, then we are in for some serious issues. I really, really hope that you prove me wrong. Superintendent, no title, I guess.
You already said it, so it doesn't make any difference.
Okay, well, here we go.
Highly inappropriate.
You have
Highly
made,
inappropriate for any
you have
board
made
member
this,
to follow.
you have made this, you have made
this.
this
It
experience
is
one
highly
for the
inappropriate.
books.
Fair
Dr.
talk.
Saveda, excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs.
Asshole.
Estrada and Dr. Saveda, I think we allowed the other two members that had left some time to speak, and I agree with you, names should not be mentioned.
Names or titles,
Or
people
titles
should not be identified.
I
She
agree.
is identifying people.
I
She has disparaged the staff. It is inappropriate for her to do that.
Mrs. Estrada, if you would please refrain from names or titles,
I will.
please.
You have made this experience one for the books. Coming on this board, I had high hopes with the new superintendent would come a new atmosphere.
Here we go again. I don't know what else to tell you, Ms. Prado.
I was your biggest fan, defending you and taking punches when criticism came along. I believed your big pitch for making South San great until I got a big punch in the gut, and I told you so. My decision not to speak with certain individuals made the fog clear and the truth crystal clear. When I brought the bullying, fighting, and absolute disrespect, I was shut down. I no longer chose to associate with certain people, and the respect was lost for me thereafter. It has turned into a political game, and you have lost sight of the priority of this district, the children. The teachers have been left without support, they are not respected, and if you're not an insider, you endure the same. It is my great hope that you will discontinue the favoritism of certain board members, stop covering for certain people, and be truthful and transparent with the community on how the district is doing at all levels. You brought good things to this district, yes you have. Do we have any IR schools? No. But have we improved? I hope you will stop the hostile work environment so that our teachers and staff may better serve our children. The fear factor helps no one, as we have seen. And lastly, if you are here just to collect a paycheck, please move on and let our district heal. And if there are any others who are with you in that manner, to go as well. Those who are here for the right reasons, you know who you are. Thank you for sticking it out through the storm. I cannot hand you a box with a bow and say it will be okay, but I know God sees your hearts and He will not fail you. Fellow board members, each of you brings an individual piece to the puzzle. Some pieces fit and some don't. I have taken much away serving with you. My spine a little tougher, my skin a little rougher, and definitely a few gray hairs. The tears and the laughter, the 2 a.m. meetings, but most importantly, I take with me the common ground that some of us carry, and that is keeping our kids in the district first. Thanks for the unexpected friendships, and please remember that you can have all the degrees in the world, but that does not give you common sense. Please keep your common sense. Good luck and God bless. To my husband, children, and friends, thank you for traveling this road with me, putting up with my sleepless nights as I would rant and rave to myself till 3 a.m. Thank you for wiping my tears away when my heart was in despair due to the wrongdoings of certain individuals. And thank you for reminding me that although I cannot save the world, I can live my life trying. Ultimately, I'd like to give my Lord and Savior glory for keeping my mind sound, my thoughts for this duty pure, and my heart set as a servant. I look forward to continuing my journey as an advocate with no binds and a free voice. God's grace to the newly incoming and God's protection over our district. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Estrada.